too, you know, is, listen, honestly, the white man don't have no fucking authority, no rights of fucking authority over no fucking body, period. Right. All of this shit is illegitimate. I let you know. And this is this is what I try to tell people. You know, where the fuck is my problem? Where the fuck is people that sitting there telling you, look, what about these fucking Native Americans that have died, people that are in jail, the American Indian movement, Leonard Peltier, the people that died at Wounded Knee. What about all of the Africans that died in the Middle Pass? All of these, the nameless, this is the nameless and faceless Africans who you will never know their name that went out slashing.
There's where I'm from, my hometown, it's called Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And I remember when I was younger in school, we used to go to the public library, okay? And in the public library, they had this big, tall statue of, like, the red man, you know, like on the tobacco, the chewing tobacco that, you know, a lot of people put in their jaw. So I'm looking at this tall statue, right? And this is clearly, you know what I'm saying, like a rendition. So, you know, I looked on, you know, as later on, you know, as I got older, I, you know, looked at the name and I started doing some research, and the actual chief of the town, his name was Tuscaloosa, and it means black warrior. Now, there is a river that connects to the Mississippi that's called Black Warrior River. It's not called, they call it Tuscaloosa River and Black Warrior River. It's the same thing. But they named the town Tuscaloosa, and they kept the real name, the original name, or Black Warrior, as the name of the river. And it's just like, I see stuff like, you know, really it's Black Warrior. You know what I'm saying? That's not the name of a tree or the name of a pair of shoes. Yeah, that's a Black Warrior. The Soto went through, you know, said all of that and just decimated those people. The mounds that they talk about, that's like 40 minutes from my neighborhood. Like Moundville, Greensboro, and Tuscaloosa. So, you know, there's records of their folly, you know, and it's like a pot, you know. It's going to come to a brew, you know, to a boil sooner or later. It's just that we boil hot water faster than what we are engaged with on the regular basis. Because now it's like more regular now, like. And I try to look at their faces, man. They are like blank themselves, man. When they doing this, it's like they just charged with something. It's that blue shit that you know, they're all blue. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no black or white or Puerto Rican or, you know, Haitian or Indian or from Tibet. They don't give a fuck where you from. Once you become police, you're blue. You know, and that's just one of those things, man. It's sad to see people just like fall into a program like that. You know, they just got all different type of programs. They got religious police. They got money police. They got hospital police. They got bank police. They got police. You know, it's like, what the fuck? You know, I mean, but then they.
But see, here's the thing. And here's the thing, though. What people don't understand is that they have our help. We sit there and we join the police force. We sit there and we join the military. Next thing you know, you got a fucking big-ass, formidable-ass nigga. That was a fucking police officer that's fucking, you got to fucking do battle with this fucking nigga. This nigga is helping. He's the muscle of the cracker a lot of the time. You got this fucking super soldier and shit.
Yeah.
Nigga hitting flips and shit.
They show one. This nigga eats like fucking 12 pounds of bacon and then like 70 eggs and shit. Like, and he just eats all day. He works out and just goes and interviews people. He just intimidates. He just intimidate. Like a drone in Texas. Yeah, they put him out there and let him, you know what I'm saying, be seen as, you know what I'm saying, to the people. Yeah, he's black and he probably goes to church and all that, but this nigga is an ill-looking cop.
Exactly. But see, they lure these kind of niggas with comforts and shit.
Exactly.
And then to where then the sisters, then the women look up to these guys. These motherfuckers is Masons. They just totally sold themselves out.
Right, Toe. Yeah,
They done totally
right.
sold out, but then we look up to these. Oh, they, you put the sticker on your fucking ride. Even y'all, nigga. Let me just get on these fucking brothers that you a punk ass. You have failed, nigga. You have failed. If you serve this devil, you got a flag at your house. Thanks, New York. I'm gonna open up another line. I'm gonna get back to you in a bit.
All right, bro.
Hotel. So see, we get proud. You got some niggas, I know. Listen, man. Some of these niggas that's been in the military, and I'm going to tell you what, to a lot of these stars and stuff like Martin Lawrence, Wiz Khalifa, you know what I'm saying, Exhibit. You got people, these people's parents were in the military. A lot of these are programs that are put in place. See, because when you're in the military and when you got motherfuckers screaming and see, a military is a representation of white supremacy. Anybody that's in the military, and I know motherfuckers that's been in the military, and I talk to them extensively. All the shit you got to go through. You got to fucking, this motherfucker talk to you any kind of way, spit all in your face, try to provoke you into fucking fighting, torturing you. They use sleep deprivation. This is a whole seasoning process, a whole process of breaking your mind and melding your mind into a systemic slave. But you got some men that are sending their fucking daughters to the fucking military. We got some people in California. I'm about to free up the line. Lord Dragon in full effect. What's going on, buddy? How you feeling? I think we lost him. Having a little technical difficulty. Who's in California besides King Lo the RAstar? You just listening in, California?
RAstar.
RAstar, right, there he is.
Yes, sir. I just want to add on to what you were saying about sending your daughters away to the military. And especially, like, when they get into that environment away from home, it's a whole different environment. It's a whole different program. And there's a lot of dangers that lie in wait for them. There's a lot of destroyed sisters. We had a lot of incidents that they won't talk about it, by the hands of that wicked-ass system. And we must protect our sisters and protect our daughters from the dangers that lurks outside. And we must begin to realize who the true enemy is, what's really going on, and begin to shift your focus and attention on being a responsible African man, to be able to stand up for yourself, for your nation, your country, and begin to do things that is productive, proactive, and revitalizing, uplifting, re-strengthening the African people in this diaspora, period.
Well, see, the thing is, there's no loyalty.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty. We have too many Negroes, men and women, that just want to fit into society. I seen Steve Harvey the other day. I can't stand this motherfucking goofy-ass nigga right there. I just cannot stand fucking Steve motherfucking Harvey. And then when he gets on fucking, he got on the internet, and these motherfuckers, they put up these boule motherfucking Masonic-ass, bitch-ass, gatekeeper-ass, butt-boy niggas. They get up and, have this aura, like, listen here, dog. This is how you make it. You got to jump. You got to, no, motherfucker. It's not just about motherfucking jumping. It's about you feeling the pumping. Because you have bent over. The white man, let me tell you something, the white man is not going to give you, unless your ass win the fucking lottery. The white man is not giving you millions and millions of dollars. If you're not doing what the fuck he tell you to do, don't rock the motherfucking ball. How the fuck do you think that you got people like Shaquille O'Neal, another nigga that's a cross-dresser, Oh, they probably was happy when they got Shaq and shit. You understand what I'm saying? When they put Shaq on the couch or shoot in the fucking locker room or some shit, that nigga be putting on panties and all kind of shit. But he's a big Mason, you know what I'm saying? He be flashing his Masonic ring and all this shit. Same thing with a bitch-ass nigga like Michael Jordan. These niggas do nothing. They got millions and millions and millions of dollars. Bitch-ass Dr. Gay gives $1 million to his boyfriend, Jimmy Iovine's college alma mater, UFC, to the music department $1 million fucking dollars. He ain't gave it to motherfucking Compton, but guess what? Even if he did give it to Compton, you understand what I'm saying? They will make sure that shit gets spent the Illuminati way. See, we got to get shit done. And I know recently, I don't know if you heard about this, but it hasn't been the first time, but not too long ago, this sister that was in the military, she was murdered. She was murdered, and they covered the whole murder up and ruled it like some kind of, like a suicide or some bullshit, even though it was obvious that she had been raped and brutalized. And I know, hey, Lord Dragon, I know that you got some experience. You got some deep intelligence. You have some deep military intelligence by experience. So you know about this thing. Why don't you just quickly talk about the nature, the racism that is prevalent within the military. And also, I want to say, I want everybody to watch this interview by this lady named Kay Griggs. Kay Griggs. Kaygriggs. It's a very long interview, and she just talks about Sherry Marine. You understand what I'm saying? I had an uncle that died under mysterious circumstances, and he was a motherfucking Sherry Marine. He had went through that bullshit. Do you understand what I'm saying? But anyway, Lord Dragon, why don't you go on and just kind of talk just a little bit. We don't got that much time left. We got about 20 minutes. But I want you to talk about, because like I said, you've gone undercover.
Yes.
So let us know what it is.
Oh, yes. It looks all glitz and glamour from all the TV commercials, go travel, go do some shit. You want to look cool with guns and all that shit. It ain't nothing like reality of the situation. The reality situation is you get treated like shit to break you down, and you're under severe mind control. And they use that against you to pump a lot of fear, but also to program you to pretty much be a subservient to anything that is ordered for you to do by someone else. Even though you don't have the foreknowledge of what's really going on, you're going to follow those orders whether they're right or wrong. So it's a lot of perversion with that, because the troops are not privy to what's really going on, so they just tell them anything and they go handle anything because that's their job. But also, besides that, the racism is pretty rampant, very rampant, throughout the whole military, period. A lot of racial slurs, jokes, it goes from mild to the extreme, physical, beating on niggas and shit like that, to get niggas in line and stuff if you rebel. And they got many ways to crank the fear up and fuck you over so to keep you in line.
Now, what about the rapes? Now, listen, what about the rapes? Now, I remember we had talked about this before. What about the rape? I talked about the sister that was raped and murdered, but what about the male-on-male rape that's prevalent within the military?
Oh, yes, it ain't just the women who get raped. Unfortunately, it's a lot of women who do get raped in the military. Not a lot of talk about that. You won't hear too much about that. But it's also men who be getting raped in the military, and you really don't hear about that. But it's really damaging, and it's really fucked up, tell you the truth, that these men who don't know anything about the situation they got into, fresh and brand new, similar to jail, like a person who just go to jail not really knowing what's going on, they are more likely to be preyed upon by the older people who know how the system is run and know who they can get away with this shit and how to apply that and lure them to sleep under the pretense of being friends. And there's a dirty cracker doing this shit, you know, drinking, having your fun, partying, but he took advantage